Yo, what's good? It's your man, 100 Grand Ross with The Rock Never Stops. Tonight I'm going to continue with my preseason reviews of these different games. I'm not going to do every single game, I'm not going to do every single team. But the team that I did want to touch on today, because I'm kind of actually excited about what I saw from them, is the Portland Trailblazers. They've had two games, one against the Utah Jazz, another game against I think it was a international team that they, blew out the water, right? But there were certain specific things that I noticed from this team that I was actually looking forward to seeing it being implemented in this upcoming season. And I want to dive into that in this video. If you like the video, please smash the like button for me. It really helps with the algorithms and things like that. Subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Really appreciate all the love and support. One of the major things that I needed to see from Portland was, can Chauncey Billups create a system that was going to be different than what we saw previously, that was heavily centered around Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum? And could he create a system where everybody was able to play at a high level? Um, I can't remember if I actually dropped the video of the Portland Trailblazers blueprint for success, but one of the things that I remember mentioning in that was that when you saw Damian Lillard go down with the injury, you saw key players really step up. And I mean really step up and have some great games. You saw Josh Hart in particular and Anthony Simons have huge showings last season. And when I say huge, I mean 20 plus points per game type scoring outputs, right? They were dominant, they were efficient, they were effective, and it translated to winning. When I saw that from those two players, along with the addition of Jeremy Grant, who's in a contract year and going to be looking to play at a high level to get that next deal, you have now three guys on top of having Damian Lillard who should be highly effective role players or highly effective scorers and playmakers for this Portland Trailblazers team. And the question was, could Chauncey Billups create a system that could allow all of them to eat? And so far, I'd have to say, yes. Damian Lillard is showing throughout this preseason so far that he's going to be far more focused on moving off the ball, getting the ball out of his hands quickly and early, getting the ball swung around, where you're going to have multiple guys attacking the rim, looking to collapse the defense and kick the ball back out, which means you're going to be seeing a lot more of Damian Lillard catching and shooting, which is really a scary, dangerous thing when you think about Damian Lillard having wide open three-point shots, because the defense has to respect guys like Anthony Simons, Jeremy Grant, Josh Hart getting to the rim with regularity. So kudos to head coach Chauncey Billups for showing that he could implement a system and get the buy-in from this team. Now, the second part is that I'm also really impressed with the amount of depth that I'm seeing, especially in the backcourt and on the wings, between Justice Winslow, Nasir Little. Of course, you have Josh Hart still. And then you have a couple of guys that I didn't foresee playing at such a high level and getting meaningful minutes in preseason, coming in off the bench early. And the first one was Keon Johnson. If you remember, Keon Johnson played for the University of Tennessee. I forgot, I think he got drafted by the Philadelphia 76ers. But either way, he came in as this uber athletic guard. I mean, extremely athletic guard. But needed to iron out things like a jump shot and really figure out where he was going to play positionally, but had all the talent in the world. Well, right now, I don't know if Chauncey Billups is the point guard whisperer or what, but Keon Johnson got to play a lot of minutes as a backup point guard throughout preseason. And I'm really curious to what extent he's going to continue to play that, not just in the upcoming season, but also throughout his career. As a 6'3", 6'4", very explosive guard with a long wingspan, he's looking like he's going to be something of a Norman Powell, Russell Westbrook type of combo guard, where he has the ability to get to the rim at will. And as long as he can hit that three-point jump shot with regularity, he's going to be a terror in the open court and in the half court when it comes to playmaking for himself. He's going to be extremely hard to stay in front of, especially when you look at the backup role players going to be coming off the bench, having to check him. That level of athleticism, and now combined with a handle and a jump shot, is just going to be scary. The other guy that I was really focused on watching was Shaedon Sharpe. We all missed him throughout the summer league because he got hurt in the first game and he was out the whole time. And so I was watching to see how he was used when he got into the game and what we saw from him once he was in the game. And so far, especially in the second game against the international team, I am impressed. And I'm not just impressed because of his physical attributes. We all knew that he was extremely athletic. We all knew that he had the ability to score the ball, right? That's why he was such a highly regarded pick. But it's been his defensive attentiveness and commitment that has been really, really gratifying to see. Many times we see young guys come in and they're so offensively centered because the league is pretty much very offensively centered that they forget to play the other side of the game, which is on defense. And throughout this game, even in the first one, but more so in the second game, you saw Shaedon Sharpe as a kind of a freelance defender where he was able to play passing lanes. He also did a really good job of being aware of the ball when playing off the ball defense in terms of coming over and helping out, especially on bigs where he was blocking shots from behind or poking the ball out from behind. This level of attentiveness is really, really important to see at an early stage because it means that it's a part of his makeup. It's something that he's going to have that he's going to continue to build upon. And I think having guys like Josh Hart around him, Justice Winslow, guys coming off the bench with him, there's going to be a level of accountability that if you're going to be playing, you're going to need to defend. We all know that Chauncey Billups is a no-nonsense coach who demands that everybody defends and plays hard. But seeing that come from such a talent as 6'6", right, I think he's about like 205 pounds, has a 6'10", 6'11 wingspan, which is just amazing measurements for a shooting guard. He has all the physical intangibles to be able to be a high-level defender. Throw in his explosive athleticism, quick first step, good floor vision. He has all the tools that you would expect to be able to be a good defender. And to see the commitment early on is really, really great to see. Now, the scary part is, offensively, this kid has got a bag. And boy, is he explosive with the ball in his hands. I mean, he's going to be the type of dude in a couple of years, maybe in a couple of years, maybe by the end of the season or by next year, he's going to be their starting small forward. He's going to be that guy who you're just going to have to start. And if he can defend at a high level, oh my goodness, he might be there even sooner. Because his ability to not just shoot, but to play make, to get to the rim, play above the rim, right? There were several lobs thrown to him by Keon Johnson. You saw that he has the physicality. He plays well with his body, a la Anthony Edwards, where guys kind of bounce off of him, and he knows how to get his shoulder into guys to create that separation and create that space. He has solid footwork and a really tight handle. And these are the things that you want to see from a young potential star, and he has it. He has it. And so I'm excited to see what Portland continues to do throughout this preseason. I would say that the backup center position is a little, leaves a bit to be desired, but hopefully they can find somebody to fill that throughout the course of the season. He's not a bad backup. He's just not somebody that can really make sure you have depth at center, especially with Yusuf Nurkic's injury history. I don't expect him to play all 82 games. I really don't expect Nurkic to play 70-plus games. So you're going to need a solid backup that can keep his minutes limited and allow you to make sure that, hey, if he does need to go down for like a little bit, you have somebody who could fill in, clean up the board, set those big screens, play make a little bit at the top. And I also want to point out, you saw a real concerted effort just from the team in general to keep Nurkic involved, which is another point that I had brought up when I was talking about the Portland Trailblazers blueprint for success. They needed to keep him involved. For some reason, when Damian Lillard is in the game, Nurkic has a tendency to fade away, or at least he did in the past. But as soon as he was out, or he was injured, all of a sudden you would see Nurkic kick up his offensive productivity. He would become far more aggressive in attacking the rim, posting up, looking to get his own shot, even shooting threes, right? But somehow all of that goes away as soon as Dame gets back on the court. And this is something that he's going to have to fix. But it also is good to see that the team is committed to helping him do that. He might play make at the top of the key, give a handoff, get it back. He'll kick the ball out, and then you'll see a teammate attack the rim and then kick it to him one more time. And that second and third kick back to him, I think is it's a great reinforcement to say, we need you to shoot. We need you to be an active part of this offense. We need you to be playing at a high level because we need that pressure on the interior as much as on the perimeter. And right now, he's probably their sole interior presence who can really put pressure on opposing centers. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the Portland Trailblazers continue to do. I know Jeremy Grant is going to be good to go. Damian Lillard looks good to go. Everybody really looks good to go, but I want to see who continues to fill in those key roles. Justice Winslow started this last game at small forward. Josh Hart could have that small forward role. You also have Nasir Little, who had minutes at that small forward spot. So I think they got a lot of athletes, a lot of talent in that 1, 2, 3 spot. And maybe even the 4. I think they're going to kind of go a small 4 with either Justice Winslow or Nasir Little. We're going to see who really solidifies those backup positions. But as always, I want to know what you all think. Holler at me in the comment section. I definitely respond. Like, subscribe, and let me know what you think. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace.